Oh dear, no, that's not what I wanted. You, oh, well, ain't it always the way? Always, always, always the way. Ugh. It's really wonderful when you have it set up in such a way. You have it set up in such a way where it's only picking up my webcam microphone. It's not picking up my actual microphone. Um, but hi everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Catt Chat. My name is Tomcat. Um, to those unaware, I am a cosplayer. I am a drag queen. I am a voice actor. I am I wanted to make a joke about blowjobs, but that's just not exactly the height of professionalism. Um, and this is basically, I'm waiting for comments to start rolling in. Why are there no comments yet? Am I coming in clear? Oh, okay, there's RJ. All right, so we have hi, hello, thank God. Thank God the comments are coming in. Um, but yeah, so this is basically the mic check. You're coming in a bit quiet. That's unfortunate. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Video, audio, OPS, event logs, pre-live, pre-live. Oh my God, I've never said your name out loud. Well, yes, Alexandra, that's my name. My name is Tomcat. Um, but yeah, this is the new frontier for our girl. Not that it is in any way, shape, or form replacing Kat and Kristen. I'm gonna see if I can like bring my. I'm ready for my close-up now, Mr. DeMille. Yeah, the problem is now it's my microphone that's on the webcam. It's not this. It's not this, which is kind of problematic because I wish that it was picking up my microphone, but it's not. It's picking up the microphone on the webcam. Um, RJ says I'm coming in clear. My phone coming in clear. My end. Great, wonderful. Um, so yeah, this is the new endeavor. Because I miss being in the public eye. I do. I miss being in the public eye. Um, Not only that, like I miss talking to you guys. I miss that. I miss being able to communicate with everybody. Um, and I just miss being able to, have one-on-one conversations with people, while I do all of this. What I'd like to accomplish is, improv exercises, have potential interviews, um, just sort of doing all that. I feel like I need something else. I feel so naked right now. I feel like I need a wig of some kind, and there's three to choose from. Mark says I miss seeing you at the cons. Well, I mean, I miss seeing conventions. Period. There was actually an acting exercise that Steve Bloom, who voices Wolverine, suggested, where he's like, "Close your eyes and imagine a happy place." And would you believe my happy place is a convention? How sick am I? How absolutely sick am I to think that my happy place is a convention? But when you think about it, when you really truly think about it, cosplayers and people that go to conventions, um, I mean, think honestly, truly think about it. That is where most of us became friendly with one another. That's how people got to know Tomcat. But it was also, a way for people to be their most authentic or sometimes inauthentic selves. They were able to put on a costume that they made or didn't, and they're able to just be around like-minded individuals. And that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful to like, be able to do all of that fun stuff. It's fun. It's fun to go to a convention and just dress up as whomever the hell you feel like. I mean, I've certainly made a career out of dressing up like witches, which I am one. But it's just so much fun. It really is. It's just so much fun. Everyone's like, you need me, interview me, just bring me on, bring me on, bring me on. You need one of us. Rachel, my darling Rachel, Lucky Grim, please go and follow her. Please, 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 please go and follow her. She is absolutely outrageous and out of this world. Her talent is extraordinary. Um, but yeah, thinking about conventions and the way the world is right now, it's a challenge. It's very much a challenge to think about what's going on right now. I don't foresee conventions happening for at least another 7 or 8 months. I don't see conventions coming back until at least mid 2021, late 2021, if that. And the awful thing is that so many people are like losing money. So many like crafters, so many costume designers, so many cosplayers that have made some type of money by going to conventions. Um, the people that were able to do that, they just lost. They lost all of their revenue. They lost the ability to make any type of coinage. And there are also a lot of drag queens because bars closed down too. And there are some queens that will still go out and will still do the shows. There are shows on Fire Island that are happening where the queens are treated exceptionally well. But there's certainly not going to be any conventions anytime soon because there's too many people that goes to them. And I'm seeing a lot with the Ren fairs too. I think the only Ren fair that I know that is actually happening is the Pennsylvania Ren Fair, which my darling Alex Stampoli is a part of. And let me tell you something, they are cracking the whip. They're cracking the whip on people to keep it to a certain amount of people. Keep it to a certain amount of people. Keep social distance. Mask up. Just continue to mask up. Not mask for mask. That's not the conversation we're having here. Um, but just continue to do what we're supposed to do. Also, for for all intent and purposes, don't wear your mask under your nose. Wear your mask over your nose because when you you're doing it wrong. Don't do it wrong. You need to wear your mask appropriately in this general area, which is actually incredibly unattractive when I do it like this, and I'm going to stop in about 5 seconds. Um, but wear it around your face. Wear it around your face, not under your nose, not just covering your mouth over your chin. No, wear it like a normal human being would, or like a doctor would. Wear it like a doctor would. Um, there's a lot happening in the comments. My goodness. Rachel saying you need one of us. RJ, nothing wrong with that. I would believe that. Chrissy says that's how I made all my friends and my family that I want. Exactly. And I think that's one of the most important things about the cosplay community is that it's incredibly accepting. You'll have your elitists. You'll have your people that'll be like, no, this cosplay community is for only the crafters, for only the people that have competed. And it's just why limit? Why limit the amount of people that you can invite? Everyone's invited to the cookout when it comes to cosplayers, as long as you're not an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Rachel sent the gif of the Wicked Witch, Evil Queen, I'm so sorry, going down into the cellar. I love that scene so much. Her saying buried alive with that toothless voice of hers. LaBelle says you don't have to interview me. It's fine. Chrissy says my friends and I were talking about Katsucon possibly canceling. It's going to. I definitely foresee Katsucon canceling until next year. Which honestly, great. Give cosplayers more of a vacation. The problem is the vacation's going a little bit longer than we had all anticipated. Um, RJ says also comic vendors who use the cons for money now have to close due to overstock inventory because through thought would be sold in big cons. English isn't your first language, is it, RJ? I key that yoke. I key that yoke. Nadell says, I can wait. I can't wait for conventions. It's not the same as seeing people in person and dressing up and showing off in public. But there's always that at home dress up and conversing with TikTok. I know a lot of people are on TikTok. P.S. Don't go searching for that video. We all know what video I'm talking about. Don't go searching for it. Just don't save yourself the pain. Um, but TikTok, I see a lot of cosplayers on TikTok. I see Fairwind cosplay. I see Aurelian cosplay. I see I'm trying to think, but I've seen cosplayers. Gothic Little Mermaid I see on TikTok in various cosplays doing her thing, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful because we're making applesauce. We're taking the lemons that we've been given and we're making applesauce because that's all we can do. That is absolutely 100% all that we can do. LaBelle says we sell tickets to shows to keep the numbers down. That's certainly one way of doing it. In COVID, we all need to be mask for mask. Spelling it with a C is another conversation entirely. Isn't it though? Isn't it though? It's so terrible. So absolutely god awful. Oh, I do love this crown so much. My first foam creation. Can you believe? Can you believe that this was my first foam creation? I hate working with foam. Boo, the cosplay that is the Buffalo Comic Con was amazingly open to everyone, even my hideous cosplay. Oh, stop it, Chris. Sorry they have okay, RJ comes back. Sorry they have a lot of inventory due to the fact that they thought all that inventory will be sold at big cons such as Katsu, San Diego, New York, all that fun stuff. But that's the reality of the situation, friends. That's the reality. Conventions are just not going to happen for a little bit. And the problem is none of us were prepared. None of us were prepared for any of this year. We all wanted 2020 to be our year. It was going to be the year that we all sort of made a comeback to things. We all sort of wanted to go hard with our craft and go hard with different things and whatnot. And it just didn't happen. And we shouldn't we should be upset only because there are conventions that are still making money and still being open despite what's going on. In the place where I live, there was just, blah, 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 blah on the street where you live. I was going to sing that, but then I'm like, let's not. Let's not do that. But in the area of the universe where I am living, there's an uptick. There was an uptick in COVID cases, and I'm like, I wonder why. I wonder why. And people just don't care. That's the problem. People don't care. And the more people don't care, the more things will not be open. I do not see conventions opening. I only see seldom bars opening. I think they just declared that they were going to start opening casinos. That's it's a little dangerous. Um, I'm of the mind that, and I said this when when what happened with my job happened with my job. I said I'm not going anywhere. The only place I'll be going is to the comic book shop, masked up, very very brief, get in, get out, get on with life, and my cousin's house, whom she lives relatively close to where I do, so it's very easy for me to commute back and forth. Um, and that's it. I am not worried about I'm not worried about anything happening. And I also found out that I tested positive for antibodies. And because I tested positive for antibodies, that means that I had it. And because I had it, that means what, dear children? I contracted it by going to work. Isn't that sweet? I think that's so delicious. And it sucked. It royally sucked. It really left a bad taste in my mouth about the company that I worked for. Um, LaBelle says I've gotten to do videos, neither the cosplay community. They're building my confidence to cosplay myself. Good. Everybody should cosplay and do drag at least once in their life. Mark says to LaBelle, you already cosplay. Celebrity cosplay is still cosplay. I mean, if that's the case, then I've been cosplaying as B. Arthur since birth. Nikki Lisa says there are many changes happening in the world of cosplay and the whole world in general, and honestly, that is okay. And it is okay. It really, truly is okay. Um, Change is good. Change is good for the soul. It's also wonderful for your bank book. You know, jingle jingle. I kill myself. Um, but yes, there are going to be some significant changes to the cosplay world in the next. I made that pun and I lost 4 viewers. Oh, it does tickle me so. But that's that's just it. Because I tested positive for the COVID antibodies means that I had it, which means that I am not immune to it. Contracting it is going to be a little less challenging, but I can still get it. I can still contract the virus. And, none of us are immune to it. Millionaires aren't immune to it. Billionaires aren't immune to it. A guy digging a ditch is not immune to it. We are all. It was the same thing during the AIDS crisis. It doesn't discriminate. COVID does not discriminate who you are, what your profession is. You can still very much contract the virus. And we need to be careful. We need to be incredibly careful. Until we have a solid vaccine, not snake oil that's going to be released in another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long, we need to be patient. We need to be patient and we need to be diligent. But some people don't want to because people are selfish. People are selfish. They want to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and that's the end of it. Hooray! I think the most important quote that my mother ever taught me was "Hooray for me and fuck you." And that's the mentality of a lot of the people that are basically not wearing their masks or wearing their masks inappropriately or not following social distancing guidelines. And I think the biggest problem that I have is when people say, "Oh, well, did you see Dr. Fauci? He was at a ball game and he didn't have his mask on, and he was with two other people. He's lived with those other people, and he was maintaining social distancing guidelines. Why are you pissed?" Um, Jade says, "Hello, Gorgon. You know something? I have wanted to cosplay as Medusa for the longest time. Oh, I wanted to cosplay as Medusa for a while. I just have no idea how I would do it. But yes, I would love to. I would love to cosplay as Medusa. I have the Grand High Witch wig at the ready. It just needs to be curled. And I also need to, attach a giant cape to the back of the dress. Um, but yeah, I just purchased myself a brand new microphone with an audio interface, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm not buying fabric anytime soon. And I'm also being incredibly patient because unemployment is still rolling in. I finally did. I got the unemployment. I was very excited about it, and I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I am very much doing my best. But even so, the extra hundred some odd dollars a week is it's pennies, honestly. And because Democrats and Republicans haven't been able to get their heads together, Democrats approved the CARES Act back in what, May, and we're still waiting impatiently, but we're waiting. Um, it's going to the guillotines are coming. The guillotines are coming. The guillotines are on their way. Nadell says, "Oh, I said I can wait for conventions. I'm not in a rush to piss my money away." Very true. Do I miss them? Yes. I don't miss the drama or con crud, though, so the delay is fine. I'm using this time to reevaluate and think about what's most important. Work on myself and improve my art, so when the cons do start back up, I can be even better than what I once was. When I see old friends again, I can value and cherish those meetups even more due to the delays. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Chris says you can get it again too. He's talking about COVID. I know there's going to be a joke here, but you are significantly less likely to be hospitalized from COVID if you don't have a vitamin D deficiency. I am never deficient with vitamin D, darling. Hey Gorgon, hey gorgeous, that still tickles me. My whole family contracted it before everything closed up. We showed symptoms after quarantine started. It sucks. It sucks. It is not fun. And to the people that are like, oh, it's just the flu, it's not just the flu. It is not just the flu. This is why I hate my phone. Which Medusa? Type Moon, perhaps? Clash of the Titans. If I'm going to be an ugly, if I'm going to be ugly, I'm going to be ugly. Uh, be Medusa from Inhumans. Oh God, no. Absolutely not. I hate that red wig. Nope. Try again. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Uh, oh, good. There's fun happening in the comments. But but yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're at a point in our collective lives where we have to sort of put our creative aspirations on hold. And it is awful. It is genuinely, truly, 100% awful. And it's going to be a long time before anyone puts anything down gently in this world. Given all the fabulous QAnoners and given all the wonderful things that our president has done for this world. Um, it's just awful. It's just awful. But there's hope. There's always, always, always going to be hope, and that is the takeaway from this whole show. Really, that is the one thing from this whole show. When my darling Kristen moved to California, we had made a promise that we would pick the show up when the dust settled, and then COVID happened, and then she found that she was pregnant, and I mean, wonderful, wonderful things happened for her, and I could not be prouder of her. But um, I miss being in front of you guys too much. I did my drag shows back when I didn't have unemployment and back when I was unable to make ends meet for myself. Um, and I was a success. I enjoyed the drag shows, and then George Floyd was murdered, and that was another not in the garter belt. Um, but I'm here, and you're here, and that's what's important. It's very important to know that we're all here and we're all going to be okay. That is the takeaway from Catt Chatt. Catt Chatt, I want to be sort of like the affirmation that we all need to hear. I want Catt Chatt to be like an affirmation for the reason why we're all doing what we're doing. And that's one of the reasons why I want to have people on. I want to interview people. I want to just have people on the show, whether it's through StreamYard or whether it's through Zoom or whether it's through, whatever this is. Um, I'm also still trying to finagle with OBS and all that fun shit. But I'm old, you see, and I don't know how to work these things as well as the commenter does. What's happening in the comments? You could be a tall statuesque goddess. I'm already a tall statuesque goddess. As a matter of fact, I would love to also cosplay as Hera. Not Hercules Hera, but like actual Hera. Like, I don't know how I would do it, but peacock feathers would be involved. Nicole Leosa, I adore you, Nicole. I need to hit you up when I have a moment. I just made a huge Medusa headpiece for a friend last year, so let me know. I will certainly do as such. My aspirations haven't even paused. Good for you. Good for you, Mark. Keep on following your passions. Keep on keeping on. That is the message that I want everyone to understand. Keep on keeping on. Jade says, thank the gods for TikTok. It is allowing me to express my insanity in cosplays that I wouldn't have the cojones to do at a con. See that? You're building confidence, which means you can take your cojones and bring them to a convention if you so choose. Nikki replied to Jade, I'm doing good. Reading. Oh, that's a private conversation. I don't want to tell them what's going on. We can move this to chat to messenger. Do not bother Tomcat. No one bothers me. It's very difficult to bother me. I miss her, but I'm so happy for her. She deserves it. Yes, Kristen, of course. Yes, she does. She deserves nothing but happiness and respect and love, and that is all I give to her. Yeah, as a matter of fact, what she told me, it was hysterical. We were literally out of the blue. She calls me like in the middle of June, um, and she goes, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "To what do I owe the pleasure? To what do I owe the pleasure of a phone call from the great Shut Up Kristen?" And we're talking, and I get on the phone, and we're going back and forth, and then she shows me the sonogram, and she goes, "Tom, I'm pregnant," and I'm like, "You're funny." She goes, "No, I'm actually pregnant." And I screamed, literally screamed, and I'm like, was gobsmacked, completely and totally gobsmacked. Like that girl has shocked me twice in my lifetime. Once when she told me that she was going to California to pursue the job that she was working in, and then again when she said that she was pregnant. And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't want her to shock me anymore. My poor heart can take only so much. Um, but oh my goodness, there are a lot of comments all of a sudden. Chris said, I saw you wrote something about voice acting. Let's say, hypothetically, Pixar called you and said you get to create your own Toy Story character. What toy are you going to be? What toy am I going to be? That is a nifty question. And everyone's saying, please stop, you're not old. Jade says, I'm thinking about bringing my newest OC to a con. She's a cat fae named Catsif, or Catsy, and I adore her. You should. I'm a fan. Look up Jade. Look up Brandon the Shapeshifter. Brandon the Shapeshifter brings a lot of OCs to conventions, and he's fabulous. He's so fabulous. He's so delicious with his costumes. They're all original. Most of them are original characters or based off of an already established character. I missed the Cat and Kristen show. Still have your Chris. Going, oh, Chris. We'll come back in time. It's just, there's a lot going on in her life. And there's absolutely nothing going on in my life, which is why I'm here. Which is why I'm here. Oh, isn't it marvelous, darlings? A B. Arthur Deadpool toy. That's a little too on the nose. Um, if I had to think about Toy Story and using my own authentic voice to be a toy in Toy Story, that's hmm. I'd probably end up being like a stuffed tiger or not. Well, I mean, you can't do stuffed tiger because everyone will associate you with Tigger. Um, there was that one character that was the evil stuffed bear that was in Toy Story 3. That's close to my character. Um, but I'm like trying to think of what other type of toy I would be able to play as. Um, I don't know. I can't really think of anything honestly off the top of my head. Probably one of the. Oh, I could potentially do the snake. That was like if you bent it to one way, it like did the one that had all the pieces attached to it. It was literally a plastic snake, and it literally just wiggled around. Um, if I can even think of what the hell the name of it was called, that I think would be the closest thing to what I could voice with my natural speaking voice. Um, how about a stuffed cougar? Oh, Chris. I'm already a cougar. I don't need to be a stuffed one. Although, I want this to be at least a PG-13 show, dears. Um, Jade says I'd be a My Little Pony, but obviously like me, naturally. It'd probably be hot pink with a black tattoo on their behind of something delicious. Um, now this is really going to intrigue me. I mean, I have a lot of collectibles. I have a lot of collectibles around my room. I have Catwoman dolls. I have Maleficent, Ursula, the Evil Queen, Cruella, Mother Gothel. Like I have a lot of collectibles around my room. But I mean, again, that's too on the nose. With Toy Story, these are literally original characters. Um, but yeah, for my own voice, I would say the plastic snake, some type of stuffed animal, um, a pentacle. Oh yes, a pentacle tattooed on the behind. Yes, we're. Yes, that makes all the sense in the universe, Jade. Um, but yeah, that's what I would be. I mean, I could also see myself as like a superheroine toy, not Wonder Woman per se, but like an older like superheroine doll, that maybe was given to the boy as a gift, that maybe was given to Andy as a gift, or even let's go even further than that. Maybe the action figure was given to the young girl in Toy Story 4. Maybe that's the case, and she was given, the female action figure, and that would be my voice, or something to that effect. Walter, I mean, knowing my luck, the part would go to Jennifer Hale. Oh hell. Walter says, on side note, I'm watching you on my big screen, and it's like you're here at my house. I am here at your house. Chris says a pentacle because the toys use the same magic that Chucky used. Wow, okay. We went from Toy Story to Child's Play real quick. Let's slow it down. Slow it down. Um, but yeah, that I think would be the character that I would play in Toy Story. Would be the female action figure. Or maybe even an older superhero action figure. Sort of like Buzz, where it was sort of like, or even Woody, sort of like Woody, where it was like the the figure's been around for a while, like she's aged to perfection, more or less. That would be it for me. Um, but yeah, I I do. I miss cosplaying. I miss doing the thing. I still have my sewing machine right here next to me. I'll always have my little Kenmore next to me. And we're doing wonderful things together. I literally only just finished my cape, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Um, and that's for my Masquerade Evil Queen. I'm trying to remember what the artist's name was. Let me see if I could find the artist. I think it was literally called the Vanity some or other. And I'm sure I have him in my messages somewhere. But the artwork that he put out was absolutely, absolutely delicious. Yes, Eden, exactly. Almost like a She-Ra style figure. Where am I? Okay. Where are you? Where is it? Oh my god, there's so much conversation here. There's so much conversation here. Where the hell is he? Summer Armin. Yeah, the problem was I only like messaged him. I messaged this artist who did Disney's, like, literally Disney Villain Masquerade. Um because I was looking up. I know that ColourPop, not ColourPop, Disney had released the Disney princesses in masquerade garb. There was Rapunzel, there was Rapunzel, Belle, Ariel. I'm trying to think of who else. Cinderella, um, Aurora. So there were these, and there was a whole line. There was dolls, there was makeup, there was anything you could think of. There was pins. Um, and I was like, well, why do the princesses get to have a masquerade gown and we don't? Where are the villains? So I looked up Disney villain masquerade art, and I found this one fabulous, fabulous artist. I'm still trying to find him. This is infuriating. Um, and when I found his, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do because I'm so smart. I'm gonna look up the artwork that I have saved, not saved on my phone. I'm sure I have it. No, it's on my Facebook. I feel so damned professional. Uh, and I'm gonna give the artists for both the Disney princesses and the Disney villains. because there were two different ones. La, 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 Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, there's 19 members. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go to the what? Maybe that's an idea. Let's do that. Okay, excellent. Okay. So there's S. Thompson Art, literally all one word, S. Thompson Art, who did the princesses, and then there's the Vinyl Scene, who did the villains. Vinyl Scene did the villains, and again, the artwork is out of this world. The artworks for both the princesses and the villains was just exquisite. Um, and I had a marvelous group set up. I had all 19 members. I was very excited, ready to go for KatsuCon 2021. And then, well, we all know what happened now, don't we? That's and that's it. There, depending on what KatsuCon decides, will determine the speed at which I finish the garment. The cape is done-ish. I still need to detail it. I still need to make the dress, and I still need to detail the dress. P.S. I'm still learning how to embroider things. That's going about as successfully as you think it is. Um, blah, 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 blah. Both kids are named Andy. How quaint. Thank you, Walter. Chris says, I think you have a potential OC there. I mean, the character that I'm thinking of, the design would be reminiscent of Evil Lyn from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Another character I'd love to cosplay, but that's just so much armor. Just so much armor. And again, I'm not big on armor. Like this is as armor-tastic as I get. Just the crown. That's as far as I go. That's as far as she's willing to go. Eden says, I spend entirely too much money around toy collectors. Honestly, same. Every time I go into my local comic shop, which is Fourth World, I spend an ungodly amount of money. I've bought toys. I've bought sideshow collectibles. I've bought comics, obviously. So get an embroidery machine. The machine that I'm using does embroider. It's just such a pain in the ass. But we'll see what happens. I do still need to make the outfit, and once I make the outfit, then I can decide what I want to. Excuse me. Never again am I eating McDonald's. I hate fast food. But yeah. Where was I? Before I was so brutally interrupted by my own gas. Oh my God! Why? All right, let's go to the. I contemplated Sorceress a couple times, 90s version though. Do it, absolutely do it, Eden. Chris says go for a gender bent Mumra, no armor. You're trying too hard again, Chris. Don't do that. But it is a good idea. I will never shoot down. I will never in my life shoot down cosplay ideas. I will never shoot down drag ideas. As a matter of fact, I've sort of like been getting into the groove of my own drag aesthetic, and it's very much a combination of B. Arthur and Sable Colby, but in the last season of Dynasty, not the Colbys, but the last season of Dynasty. And I think that's an aesthetic I can fit pretty well. Very, 80s businesswoman, business executive, HBIC, the OG HBIC, if that makes, any kind of sense. Wait, did you say you have an embroidery machine? I don't have an embroidery machine, but the machine that I have does do some embroidery stitches. Not like you program it, but that you have to freehand it, which is, just absolute joy. Do not recommend. Do not recommend freehanding it because you will kill yourself. You will do just that. As someone who has hand sequined things, hand embroidering, machine embroidering, doing things like it's hard. It's hard and it's time consuming. But the design for the Evil Queen is beautiful. The design for the Evil Queen is absolutely outstanding. Like I can't say enough good things about the final scene's work. His Disney Villain Masquerade collection is just chef kiss. Um, but yeah, one of the things that I also wanted to do with Catt Chatt was, expand my own acting horizons. And I was going to ask my audience to give me a prompt or give me a monologue or give me a scene of some kind, and one or two characters to see if I could potentially, bleed them together, in a way that was conducive for entertainment value. For instance, doing one of Hamlet's soliloquies as Kermit the Frog. Please don't recommend that I do a terribly dreadful Kermit the Frog. But I mean, Lady Macbeth's speech as Miss Piggy? Hell yeah! Why the hell not? I think that would be hilarious. Um, how about an evil bee queen? The closest I would get to that would probably be B. Arthur or Dorothy's Bornak as Winifred Sanderson. I'm a, my darling Alexis Flame. Me and her have had many a conversation, and the way she basically said it was every time I look at you in those gorgeous costumes, all I see is B. Arthur. The Evil Queen, I saw B. Arthur. Ursula, I saw B. Arthur. I said, yeah, but the one that you didn't see B. Arthur in was Winifred Sanderson. And why? She goes, because you had no eyebrows. That's literally how Alexis sounds. Literally how Alexis Flame sounds. You ask any drag queen to impersonate Alexis Flame, that's the voice you're going to get. I think Tony Holmperm does the best Alexis Flame impersonation I've ever heard. Um, Nadell talking about embroidering. It looks time consuming and challenging to hand embroider, and your sequin in your bed was amazing. Though it took a long time, it was worth it. You accomplished something that others might run from because of how long it takes. 7 months. My Wicked Witch Hat took me 7 months, and then of course I decided to trim my cape with black sequins, and I decided to trim the bottom of my dress with black sequins. So I'm always hand stitching something. Um, Eden says, I'm about to toodaloo for now. I'm being old and sleeping early due to rain pain. Lovely to tune in for a bit until next time. I'm hoping to make these a regular thing. I'm hoping to do like Tuesdays at 8:30, whether I have a guest or not. But yeah, this is the new me, kids. It's the new me, bold and independent, sort of brash with just a hint of the old west. Um, Yes, Nadell, my witch's hat did in fact take me 7 months. I started it in March, ended April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, yep. I finished that hat. Oh no, I'm wrong. January I started. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I finished around July, August. So you know what? I think I definitely started it after. Yeah, okay, it wasn't January. I'm so good with my dates, kids. Um, I started right after Katsucon of that year, and I didn't finish until August. And it was such a I that hat is literally like winking at me in a Modell's bag on my ping pong slash pattern table. And I tell you, I love wearing that thing because it just looks so pretty. It catches the light so magnificently. I'm gonna reshare my walk as the Wicked Witch of the West because I glittered on that stage between the gorgeous velvet fabric that had glitter all throughout it, the black sequined cape, the sequined hat, my broom, just sparkle, sparkle, nearly sparkle. For those Valley of the Doll fans. Um, I tried hand beating my entire Thor cape last year and nearly went insane. That's tough. Do not recommend. Hilariously enough, in one of my costume bags, in one of my costume baskets, there's literally an unfinished black velvet cape that I was literally hand sequining. And I just started seeing in my memories on Facebook, I started seeing like when I did the front of the cape in all sequins, and then I started doing the back, and I'm like, I'm not getting this done. I'm not getting this done by October. It wasn't happening, like not at all. So that's with the needle attached, and thread attached to that cape, still sequins on it. I may get to it, I may not. Personally, don't think it's going to happen. Not at all. I've been focused far too much on, other things. But who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I certainly don't. It looks beautiful and you should reshare it. The finished look was so pretty. It really was. It really was. And it was one of those things, as a cosplayer, I personally, as a cosplayer, I love to do things that are different. Like everyone does the Wicked Witch of the West. Everyone does the green skin. Everyone does the long nails, the pointed chin, the hook nose with the wart on it. And I'm like, nah, I'm far too glamorous for that shit. Um, and that's why I decided to do the Gail Sondergaard version, just because it was just so exquisite. From the black sequin cape, the sequin hat, the tight velvet dress, just everything was fabulous. So fabulous. I wish that one producer had gotten his way and we had gotten a slinkier, more seductive Wicked Witch. Then again, I don't think it would nearly have been as iconic. I don't think that a glamorous Wicked Witch would have instilled as much fear as Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch did. And that's to her credit. Margaret Hamilton, bless her love and heart, sweetest woman ever. I knew her personally. Um, she just, that character literally haunted her until the end of her life. But she still played it with affection. Still played it with affection. I think the problem was so many kids were afraid of her. Like the Wicked Witch of the West, if you're young, is a terrifying character. From the dramatically overdrawn eyebrows, the tiny blue lips, the green skin, the nails, the claw, the way that she moves, the way that she talks, and the way that costume moves on her. Like Adrienne did such a fabulous job with those costumes. P.S. I cannot talk about the Wicked Witch of the West without talking about my darling Thrawn Duarte cosplay, who did a magnificent replica of Glinda's costume. I mean, just the sheer amount of gall in that man to have made that entire costume. Um, Previous fabric. Oh yeah, I never finished that Thor cape. I wore it unfinished. I don't even think if anyone noticed. Would not recommend. Yeah, of course not. No, please. The only person that's going to know whether or not you're missing something is you, and if you're getting judged. If you're being judged, then yes, it will be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. LaBelle says, "Have you seen Eartha Kitt as the Wicked Witch of the West?" That her as the Wicked Witch of the West was exquisite because I think that was a nice combination of the severeness of Margaret Hamilton mixed with the glamorousness of Gail Sondergaard. Nadell is replying to Nicole. Again, a private conversation. Don't want to be involved. Um, but yeah. So I think it's about 48:50. I think I'm gonna let these shows run about 50 minutes to an hour, depending on, the engagement. But yeah, I hope you all are very excited for this new show that I am putting on for you. Next week, who knows what's going to happen? Again, I don't. But I may end up writing down some more ideas and some more stories and some more, potential interviewees, and see what happens. But I think it's time for me to say goodbye. So, as always, oh, there. Oh, wait, wait a minute. Where's the end light button? I bid you all good night. Ciao meow for now, darlings. And until next time, bye.